Okay, femboy cloud strife here. Let's read some more poor things. Alright. No doubt a mother supplies this want in most young creatures, though rich families often employ a servant to take the mother's place. I formed no special attachment to those who fostered me, perhaps because there were so many of them. I was always a mighty big fellow, and seemed to recall at least 3 mature nurses feeding and washing and clothing me before I could do these things for myself. Perhaps there were more, for I think they worked in relays. I may be imposing on infancy, an obsession of my later years, but I cannot remember a day where I did not feel inside of me a woman-shaped emptiness that ached to be filled by someone stranger and bonnier than I ever met at home. This ache grew stronger with puberty, which happened with catastrophic suddenness. My voice, alas, did not break, and remains mezzo-soprano to the present day. But I woke one morning with the enlarged penis and heavy testes which afflict most of our sex. And then, as you told me before, your father explained how female anatomies differed from yours, and offered to provide you with a healthy specimen in full working order. You should have jumped at the chance. Did you not hear me, McCandless? Must I say everything twice? I needed to admire a woman who needed and admired me. Will I say it anatomically? Spermatic ejaculation can only induce homeostasis in me if accompanied by prolonged stimulation of higher nerve centers whose pressure upon the ductless glands change the chemistry of my blood, not for a few spasmodic moments, but for many tingling days. The woman I imagine stimulated me like that. I found her picture in Lamb's Tales from Shakespeare, a book that must have been left here by one of Sir Colin's patients. It was the only work of fiction in the house. Ophelia was listening to her brother, an insipid-looking lad despite his fierce little beard. He was saying something she was only pretending to take seriously, for her eager face looked toward something wonderful outside the picture, and I wanted it to be me. Her expression excited me more than her lovely body in a flowing violet gown, because I thought I knew all about bodies. Her expression excited me more than her lovely face, for I had seen women with such faces in the park. When they walked toward me, their face froze, grew pale or bright pink, and tried not to see me at all. Ophelia could look at me with loving wonder because she saw the inner man I would become, the kindest, greatest doctor in the world, who would save her life and the life of millions. I read the miserable story of the play in which she was the one true loving soul. It obviously described the spread of an epidemic brain fever, which, like typhoid, was perhaps caused by seepings from the palace graveyard into the Elsinore water supply. From an inconspicuous start among sentries on the battlements, the infection spread through prince, king, prime minister, and courtiers, causing hallucinations, logomania, and paranoia, resulting in insane suspicions and murderous impulses. I imagined myself entering the palace quite early in the drama with all the executive powers of an efficient public health officer. The main carriers of the disease, Claudius, Polonius, and the obviously incurable Hamlet, would be quarantined in separate wards. A fresh water supply and efficient modern plumbing would soon set the Danish state right, and Ophelia, seeing this gruff Scottish doctor pointing her people toward a clean and healthy future, would be powerless to withhold her love. Daydreams like these McCandless accelerated my heart and changed the texture of my skin for hours on end when I was not busy with my studies. A prostitute procured for me by Sir Colin would have been a contrivance of his, a clockwork doll driven by money instead of a spring, but a warm, living body, Baxter. I needed to see that expression. In the dark, I began to say, but he bade me shut up. I sat feeling more of a monster than he was. After a while, he sighed and said, my daydream of becoming a kindly, popular, beloved healer proved impossible. I was the most brilliant medical student the university has known. How could I not be? As Sir Colin's most trusted helper, I knew by practice what many lecturers taught as theory. But in Sir Colin's operating theatre, the only patients I touched were anesthetized. Look at this hand. Although of course the sight pains you, this cube with 5 cones protruding from the top, instead of a kipper with 5 sausages stuck to the edge. The only patients I am allowed to touch are too poor or unconscious to have a choice in the matter. Several well-known surgeons, like my assistants, when operating on celebrities whose deaths would damage their reputations. For my ugly digits, and to tell the truth, my ugly head, are better than theirs in an emergency. But the patients never see me, so that was no way to win the admiring smile of an Ophelia. But I have nothing to complain about now. Bella's smile is happier than Ophelia's was, and makes me happy too. So Miss Baxter does not dread your hand? No. From the moment she opened her eyes, these hands have served her food, drink, and sweet meats, placed flowers before her, offered toys, shown her how to use them, displayed the bright pages of her picture books. And we'll leave off right there for now, and I'll see you guys in the next part. I love you very much. Femboy Cloudstar, thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.